What's up? This is your boy Pokerface from the IE. And as I said before, nothing is safe. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And as I promised you before, I'm going to be telling you some of my stories. I'm talking about war stories, Hollywood stories, you know, the whole deal. This one happens to be a Hollywood story. So before I tell you, go ahead, click like, man. It ain't killing nobody. Ain't gonna kill you. Oh. See, you just hit it anyway. So anyways, I saw a Art of Dialogue video, an interview with Keefe D. And in Keefe D's interview, he was talking about a rapper, well, I guess you can call him a rapper slash singer, named 6ix9ine. Now, this is not the 6ix9ine, you know, the guy who be told on this whole thing, you know, 6ix9ine, the rainbow guy. Not that. This is another 6ix9ine that was an artist back in the 90s when he was, at that time, married to Vivica Fox, the actress, okay? So when Keefe D said the story, it reminded me of a story I have. Now, it's not quite like the story Keefe D was talking about. It's a little bit different. How I met 6ix9ine was, and basically the reason why they call him 6ix9ine is because the dude was 6 feet 9 inches tall. I asked him, I was like, why they call you 6ix9ine? He was like, really? So back in earlier in my career, when I was first starting out, I had a management team. Part of this management team was a guy named Randy. Well, he was more like a liaison. He wasn't really a management team. It was my boy Tony. It was Billy Ray, and which we got more stories, which include those guys later on. But they had a liaison named Randy. He actually used to play for the NFL, or so I was told, for the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, I'm an anti-Chiefs fan, I'm a Raiders fan, so any Chiefs guys, you know, I don't know anything about. But he was a good dude, had good people around him. As far as I know, you know, I never had anything disparaging to say about the dude. But he had a wife, and his wife had a sister that was in music, and she was a burgeoning producer. So she wanted to produce what was going to be my demo, right? So we had some songs from Mark J. Feist, which we'll get into him a little bit later on in some of my stories. Remember, click like, subscribe so you don't miss any of them. But he was Shanice's producer, Keith Washington's producer, Shantae Moore's producer. He was an R&B producer. And if you've seen my video, if you can go back and see my video about the Jesse Powell situation, the video that I made when he passed, about how he helped my career as well, the trajectory of it, you can go back in that one that was there. So we have Randy and his sister-in-law, and we were all getting, you know, music together. So they wanted me to lay my vocals in, you know, the $1 Million studio. Back then, all those studios were, you know, big top-end studios. So we went to a studio, pretty famous, in Studio City, California, called Echo Sound, right? A lot of hits came out of there. Platinum hits, they had platinum all over the wall. And they had 2 big rooms. So we had the room that was on the left side, and there was other people booking the room on the other side. So Randy's sister, I can't remember her name, a Filipino girl. If you see this, please hit me up. You know, I want to catch up with you. But she was getting everything, tracking the boards. This is when you have the big boards, flying faders, things of that nature. And in the other room where they were doing their thing. So I'm outside, chilling, getting ready to do my thing. Back then, all my stuff was all ready. When I go to the studio, it's done. It's ready to go, right? So I'm not in the studio messing around because, you know, that's back when studios $50, $100, $150 an hour. You want to go in there, you want to bang it out. So there's guys in there in the other room, just the engineers at this point. The artist pulls up in a peanut, but I'll never forget it. It was the first one I seen. I seen commercials, but it was the first one I seen in real life. It was a peanut butter colored Navigator, right? This is when the Navigators first came out. So it's just telling you about how far back this was. So it was when the Navigators first came out, and that's when this big tall ass dude jump out with a couple little dudes jump out, right? So they're in the room. We're on our side knocking it out. We're doing a song called Friends Close, Enemies Closer. And what was it? You Say You Want the Real, right? Which was 2 songs on that little demo that I was putting out. And we went in and we knocked it out. Because I never go in the studio playing. Unless you surprise me with the track. If you give me a track before I'm in there, I know everything. I'm a professional, right? So I'm chilling outside. I'm looking at this Navigator like, damn, this motherfucker hard. You know what I'm saying? I never seen nothing like it. So it's super, super big. So I'm like, okay. Then people were saying, oh, this is 6ix9ine. This is Vivica Fox's husband. Little did I know Vivica Fox was paying for the whole thing. Right? So she's paying for the studio session, everything. So old boy was doing his thing. They're in the studio. All of a sudden, somebody comes into our room. They knock. It's the engineer. You know, the artist just wasn't just going to knock and come in your room. It's the engineer. The engineer knocks on the door, asks any come in, because he knows it's a private session that's paid for. He come in. He said, hey, guys, anybody have a rapper in here? And we're all looking at each other like, yeah. Yeah. My boy Poker Face. Everybody's looking at Poker Face. And I'm like, yeah, I got it. What's up? So they said, hey, man, the dude next door, apparently 6ix9ine brought a couple of his homeboys in. So it was 6ix9ine on a song and 2 of his homeboys. One of his homeboys was prepared and the other one was not. So I walk in, they tell me come in. I walk in, this dude is sitting writing in his notebook, throwing it. Writing in his notebook, throwing it. There's a big mountain of papers, like balled up notebook loosely right there. And this dude is steadily writing and he's busting. And 6ix9ine is like, oh, hell no, nigga, that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't it. No, you got to come better than that. So dude was a homeboy. He was not a rapper. He was just somebody to be like, hey, man, you want to get on my shit? And he's like, yeah, cool. So he wasn't about it. He wasn't like that. So I come in there. They hand me, the other dude hands me his rhyme book. I turned to a blank page. I said, how many you need? He said, hey, we need 16 bars. This is back when songs was 3 verses of 16 bars. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that, 2 verses and I'm out, 1 verse and I'm out, 2-minute song. It wasn't like that. This song's 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? 4 minutes was a short song back then. So I get in there, I write a verse. Had to be 15 minutes. I sit there, write a verse. They played it. I said, I got it. They play the music. I do my thing. And 6ix9ine like, oh shit. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. He clowning his boy. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is a professional right here. Man, hey, if you don't come with something hard right now, he getting on the track. So dude still crumbling paper. He's like, man, at that point he just gave up. Because he heard my verse as I was busting in. He was like, man, at that point he just said, fuck it. Right? So 6ix9ine said, man, can you get in the booth? Can you lay that? I said, cool. I go in the booth. I'll say maybe about 4 takes. Now, when I say 4 takes, I mean 4 takes on the lead vocals. And then, of course, we did the backups, right? So I do it in like 4 takes, lead, and then we do the backups. Done. I'm like, all right, man. He's like, man, okay, cool. And then my management started talking to him because, you know, they wanted to talk that business. So the management was talking to him. No, I didn't get paid anything. But, you know, I was a fresh new artist. Nobody knew me. So I'm like, okay, this is my way in the door. I mean, this is Vivica Fox's husband. This is right before she divorced his ass and went to 50 Cent. So this is right in that era. So, in fact, about maybe a month or so after that, that's when, you know, the divorce happened and the 50 Cent thing happened. So I do the song. He said, man, hey, I'm about to put this out on this album. This album going to be out in a little bit. It's going to be all good. And then he's talking to my management. My management got all the information. That's when the Vivica Fox kicked his ass to the curb for whatever reason. I don't know, right? But for whatever reason, she kicked his ass to the curb. And when she kicked his ass to the curb, the money was gone because she was financing everything. The car, the studio, his lifestyle, everything. So when she pulled the plug on it, the whole project was gone. So 6ix9ine, Vivica Fox's ex-husband, has a poker face verse on a song that has never been released. All right. So that's this week's Nothing Is Safe Hollywood Chronicle story. There's going to be more. There's going to be, you know, fight stories. Oh God, I got a bunch of those crazy fight stories. You know, crazy stuff. You know, some little bit of street stuff. Nothing. And come on, guys. Hey, all my buddies, don't get scared. I ain't gonna be doing. Ain't gonna be like that. Okay, ain't gonna be like that. But it's gonna be like that. But it ain't gonna be like that. So we gonna do that. You know, Nothing to Say. Check this out. Remember, if you forgot to put like or subscribe, click it right now, man. We about to have some fun with this.